Hi, I'm Rob and I love movies. The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby was written and directed by Ned Benson, and it stars Jessica Chastain, James McAvoy, William Hurt, Karen Hines, Bill Hader, and Viola Davis. And it tells the story of a married couple, played by Chastain and McAvoy, of course, who, in the aftermath of a huge personal tragedy, have to try to put their lives and hopefully their marriage back together. One of the most interesting things about this film, I think, is that it was actually originally made as two separate films. One with the subtitle Him, one with the subtitle Her. And each of those films tells the same story, but from each person's point of view. So Him is from James McAvoy's point of view, and Her is from Jessica Chastain's character's point of view. And that's how it was originally presented, I believe, at Sundance. But then when they took the film to Cannes, Benson had the film recut into a single film that tells both sides of the story, which is subtitled Them, and that's what's currently being released theatrically in the United States. Of course, I'm very interested to see the differences between watching Them and watching Him and Her. One of the early trailers for the film actually shows some of the scenes from both Him and Her, so you see subtle differences in how they perceived different moments. And of course, in Them, you have to assume that you're seeing a less biased combination, but I couldn't get over the suspicion that maybe some of the scenes were more from one person's point of view than the other. And so that made me a little suspicious of some of the scenes. So I believe sometime during October, they're releasing the Him and Her cuts theatrically, so I do plan to see that. Overall, this was a really great film. Both McAvoy and Chastain were incredible, showing both, the mundanities of life, but also trying to deal with this tragedy that they're having to go through. The film, of course, is kind of slow. It doesn't really reveal what the tragedy is until later on in the film. So at the beginning, I can understand that it might be a little difficult to connect with the characters emotionally. They're going through something difficult, and that they're trying to figure out how to continue with their lives and with their marriage. But it's difficult without knowing what caused that. Or at least that's how I felt. But then when they do reveal it, it does have some very powerful emotional scenes towards the end of the film that were definitely very, very well shot, very well performed, very well written. The entire film was incredibly well written by Ned Benson, of course. It's definitely a wonderful film. I really enjoyed it, even though it made me cry, of course. And I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you've seen it already, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And the question for the day is, are you interested in seeing the Him and Her cuts when it's released theatrically? Head on down to comments and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.